Securities offered through TJ Stearns, a registered representative of Crown Capital Securities LP, member FINRA SIPC. Content is intended to provide accurate information, however, is not intended as financial, tax, or legal advice. Please consult a financial, legal, or tax professional for specific information regarding your individual situation. Opinions expressed and provided are for general informational purposes only and should not be considered a solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security.
Welcome to Protect and Grow with Chicagoland certified financial planner Tim Stearns of TJ Stearns Incorporated. Trust, respect, and results. TJ Stearns Incorporated focuses on comprehensive financial planning and benefits.
And welcome into the program. This is Chicagoland Retirement's Protect and Grow with Chicagoland's certified financial planner, CFP Tim Stearns, providing us the guidance, the perspective, the insight on what we need to be doing to achieve those important financial, investment, and retirement goals. Tim, welcome back into the program.
Hey, Peter, thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure. We appreciate the time, Tim. We appreciate the conversation and the guidance. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that if you would like personal guidance, if you would like a certified financial planner's recommendations on what you should be doing to achieve your financial goals in the future, that is an extension of the resource and the information that Tim provides here on the program. No cost, no obligation. Pick up the phone, give TJ Stearns Inc. CFP Tim Stearns a call. 800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256. And Tim, talking about 6 important topics today. Knowing your advisor, investments, income, taxes, healthcare, and legacy. Those are kind of the big 6 I would have to imagine when somebody's getting to know or looking for an advisor, a professional to help them with their financial progress.
Well, what I see a lot, and I started out in this industry as a stockbroker only. And, if you're a carpenter, everything looks like a nail, right? And you're just going to hammer it. That's not the way to do financial advising nowadays. And I realized that long ago. Over 20 something years now, I've been a financial planner. I went and got all my licenses. Here at TJ Stearns, we're licensed for anything you can think of, including, Medicare, Social Security, property casualty. We can insure, homes and cars. I don't do that, but we have a team that does all these different things. And I will brag to anybody that, we're one-stop shopping, not a jack of all trades, because we have different guys for each thing. But for example, I have a CPA here. I have a state attorney. We're able to help people and see the whole big picture, because an attorney might see something that I don't see. And, and that the other advisor never advised them on. I'll give you an example of that. I took over an account from a big firm, and we noticed that the IRA that they had, the husband was leaving it to the wife. All right. Then he has 3 daughters. So the money should be left to each individual daughter. It was being left to their trust, which, if anyone knows that out there, it'll become income to the decedent. If that happens, it's going to, all of that IRA, if something happens to the husband and the wife, all right, then all that money goes to the trust and it becomes income to the estate right away. So that's not what people want. I mean, at least nowadays you could stretch out over 10 years, right, to drain an account, an IRA. But, the last thing you want to do is see mom and dad's IRA that they built up all over those years, code it wrong so that it's going to a trust where there's a lot of income. So we caught that, and this is a big firm that you see on TV, and they're supposed to be great. It's very cookie cutter, and obviously the guy didn't catch it.
Well, Tim, I've got to imagine with 3 next generation beneficiaries, Uncle Sam, the IRS, would have ended up being the largest beneficiary of that account. You got to now split it 4 ways, and the IRS's share probably would have been the largest there.
Right. Well, the Internal Revenue Service likes that plan. We don't. So, I mean, we want to do something right for the client. That's another thing that we tell people. Check your beneficiaries. Make sure that your ex-husband or wife is not still that person. Or if, God forbid, you've had a death, that it's not updated. There's been times that I've seen where, a family member might have gone off the tracks as far as not a good upstanding citizen. And, the client doesn't even talk to them, but they're still a beneficiary. Those are the types of things that you should be reviewing at least every couple of years to make sure that, it's updated, and we'll be happy to help them with that.
Well, Tim, it sounds like you really believe that the team approach there at TJ Stearns is a benefit to your clients, and maybe catching things that otherwise wouldn't be caught, or helping to address things that could be blind spots or holes in a plan otherwise.
I agree, and that's why we try to uh, pinpoint everything. When we're doing income allocation plan, I'll say, do you have a will? Oh, no. Who prepares your taxes? Well, we had a guy, but he retired 5 years ago. Now I do it myself. We had a new client who cost himself over $10,000 because he made errors doing it himself, because he didn't want to pay the $250 to a CPA. Yeah, that's, to me, that's insurance that I don't get in trouble. I don't go to jail, for tax evasion or something like that. I mean,
By a
this poor
simple
guy,
oversight or mistake.
the guy made a mistake. It was an honest mistake. It wasn't, he didn't get penalized, but he did have a nice extra fee from the IRS, and they caught up with him real quick.
Wow. Well, again, if you are looking for that relationship, if you've got questions, if you'd like to just get a review of your plan, part of the value of tuning in right now to this program is that Tim Stearns offers you that resource, and in fact offers to put together a plan for you with no cost, no obligation. That Protect and Grow plan will take that coordinated approach to planning from all different angles and help you with your investments, your income, your taxes, your health care, and your legacy, your estate. That is part of the offer and the value on the program. Pick up the phone if you would like that Protect and Grow plan. Customized to your specific situation, a snapshot of where you are, and then a detailed outline of executable action items to help you achieve your goals. 800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256, 800-640-2256. And Tim, I know that not all advisors are the same. How do you feel that you and your team there at TJ Stearns are different, or maybe what is your philosophy when providing the guidance and recommendations to your clients that guides you?
I would say right off the bat that not every client's the same, and we see that a lot. If we analyze something from down even in Arizona to Midwest to out east, if there's a plan of a 65-year-old who has a couple $1,000,000 with a big box company, the funds are all the same. It's amazing to me. I mean, there is no guidance that really goes in it. They're just being fed whatever, the broker or advisor is just being fed whatever they are dictated to sell. And they're using it for all the same clients across the board. And we are not cookie cutter. Everybody's different. The other day I was speaking to a client, and she couldn't believe I remembered what her 3 daughters' names were. Well, I mean, we get involved. We want to make sure that it's a personal connection, and we always offer to our current clients and prospects and friends and family, however that works, to come to our retirement classes. You'll learn something. You'll at least take home something you didn't know. I've had so many do-it-yourselfers attend, and they either become clients or they go, "Hey, man, you really knew what you were doing," and I like to think that that's a compliment.
Who do you feel you best serve? I mean, do-it-yourselfers, just use that term, people pretty savvy, pretty comfortable in doing some of their own planning, but I still think that not everybody wants to retire from their career and then become a full-time financial planner, even if they are more astute and savvy. So if you would, who are your services best suited for, and who do you feel you best serve?
I think anyone who's a baby boomer, late 50s to almost 70 years old, they're best served by far. A lot of them, are getting ready to retire, and they say, "Yeah, I've done it my whole life. I've worked with XYZ company, your do-it-yourselfers out there, and I don't want to do it anymore. I want to go golfing. I want to enjoy life. I want to go with my wife to do this." That's the type of client that we can definitely help. Plus, the do-it-yourselfers glaringly do not have long-term care insurance hybrid that we talked about on the show last week. That's a glaring hole, and they don't, they realize that they have to go through somebody to get that, and we can help them with at least that, but another set of eyes never hurts.
we only know what we know, and if we're going it alone, sometimes there are things that we don't know that can hurt us, and even, Tim, sometimes in areas where we do know, we may not have access to certain solutions or strategies that are needed to address an area of concern in our planning.
Exactly. So, I mean, you know, I don't cut my own hair. I don't clean my own teeth. Like, I go to a dentist, and I have a dentist that we always kid about that. I always tell him I'm just going to start doing it myself. I got this. No. And I think
Pliers are in the garage.
exactly right. Exactly. I brush my teeth every night, I mean, basically at the end of the day, I think having an expert help you, no matter whether it's your taxes, a will, a trust, or your finances is a great move to make. In the long run, what you pay, you're going to make back in spades.
Well, if you would like some help and assistance, if you would like the guidance of a certified financial planner, pick up the phone, give Tim Stearns a call. If you would like a protect and grow plan for your situation and your financial future, Tim willing to put that together with you, for you. 800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256. Tim, over the course of this program, you've shared stories of both your personal upbringing and experiences and those that certain clients, kind of the situations that you have seen individuals and couple savers and investors through, and those have shaped your approach to money and to planning. Which do you think has been more impactful, those that have happened in your life personally that you've seen, or those that you have seen and helped others navigate their way through?
Well, having almost 30 years of experience in this industry has taught me a lot. I've learned it's on the job. You cannot learn this in college, that type of thing. And one of the other things that you have to do is stay up with what's going on. I met with a very successful client of mine the other day, and he had no idea what the Secure Act was. And he's a very intelligent person. He's like, "What are you talking about?" And I gave him the example of my family. The old way we were able to do it was that if something, God forbid, happened to my dad, something my mom would inherit it, and then if, God forbid, something happened to both of them, I would take over the money and I'd stretch the IRA, because right now I'm still in my earning years. My wife has a good job too, so we don't want income right now. We want to have, we would want to stretch it. Well, the Secure Act did away with that, and the only thing they gave us back was that instead of having to take money out when you're 70 and a half, now it's 72. And that's a nothing, and then what they did is they took away generations of wealth by doing that. And people don't realize that.
Again, knowing what we know, it's beneficial. Not knowing what we don't know is something that is of detriment, even to careful planners, savers, and investors, astute and successful. But let's address those areas. And through the 3 decades of experience that Tim Stearns has serving savers and investors, he can help you to navigate those areas, become more informed about them, make informed decisions as a result. Pick up the phone, give a call, 800-640-2256. Get that protect and grow plan. That's the extension of this radio program. The value of tuning in right now is that you can get a plan for your financial future designed by a CFP, by a certified financial planner, just by picking up the phone and giving a call. 800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256. And Tim, that plan we previewed at the beginning of the program covers at least 5 big areas: income, investments, taxes, healthcare, and legacy. And let's sort of take those one at a time. When you're talking about planning for income, what's all involved there, and what do we need to consider?
Well, one of the things, and this gentleman who had not even heard about the Secure Act, one of the things he talked to me about was, "Hey, I'm going to be 65 in June. I need to get signed up for Social Security." And I'm like, "John, I thought you're going to work longer." And he's like, "No, I need the insurance." What he meant was Medicare. So he's very good at what he does with his company. They've been successful 30 plus years, but he had no idea, the difference between it. His wife kept clarifying, "This is Medicare, right? This is, do I do this? Do I do that?" And thankfully we have Jeff in the office who can take care of him like he did the other day and set him straight on how it was. That being said, we also offer a report on Social Security maximization. This guy wants to work forever, just because he really enjoys his job. A lot of people want to shut it down. Do they take early retirement at 62 from Social Security? If they don't have a lot of assets, maybe that's something you need to do. But if you can stave it off to like your full retirement age, that's probably the best bet. That's what we advocate in the book, income allocation. But if they have a lot of assets and they think they can self-insure, for lack of a better term, then wait till 70, because it grows by 8% each year. And that only behooves your spouse, if you do that. So a Social Security maximization report is worth its price in gold, because it will tell you where the crossover is, where it makes sense for you to take your Social Security.
In the scope of comprehensive planning and having a true plan for retirement security, this has got to be one of the big ones, income planning. I mean, you talk about the Social Security, you talk about the Social Security report and analysis that you offer to help people maximize that important benefit. You talk about income allocation. You've got a book literally that you give dedicated to this topic and this topic alone.
Right. And for the first 10 callers out there with over $500,000 worth of assets, I'll be happy to get the book into their hands one way or the other. We can do it through digital, and we can also do it with a hard copy. It's up to them how they want to get it delivered. A lot of people will say they call, today, and they say, well, I want it now. So we shoot it over to them, and they love it. They're very happy with the book. It's a great read. I think that a lot of people who actually go through the process of reading it and then do the planning with us really enjoy the process, because they sleep better at night. I have spouses say that to me all the time. We trust you, Tim. Thank you. We feel better now that we have a plan. You don't want to just wing it in retirement.
Yeah. Or better yet, yes, I want the book, and I'll come in and pick it up when I talk to you about my plan.
Right.
Either way, and always the opportunity to do that as well. Whether you'd like
Right.
that electronically delivered immediately, if you like a physical copy in the mail, if you want to get a plan put together, and then have the backup information from the book on what risks that plan is helping you address. If you've got that 500,000 saved for retirement, this book is essential for you to read. It addresses retirement's greatest risks and talks about how to approach those, how to reduce them or eliminate them as risks affecting your future retirement lifestyle. That book, Income Allocation, and one of the 5 topics here, having that written income plan, part of the Protect and Grow planning process that you can get with CFP certified financial planner Tim Stearns. Pick up the phone and give a call now, 800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256. And then, Tim, looking at the investments, obviously, I mean, I bet 9 out of 10 people that come into your office, when you say, what do you want your money to do? I want it to grow. Well, that's part of the investment part of the plan. And we need to address that as well.
Right. And I get that, that everyone wants their money to grow and they don't want to lose any money. And unfortunately, or fortunately, we've had a 12-year bull market, right? We had that hiccup back in March, and that's too bad. But basically, everyone still thinks that the market's just going to keep going. Well, if that isn't the case, and you're about to retire or in your first couple of years, we have charts, we have examples to show people the sequence of returns can really bite you, where you lose money. Then the next thing you know, you might need to go back to work, or you're going to have to shorten up on expenses, or you're not going to do that trip anymore, or buy that car that you've always wanted, or even better yet, in Illinois, the popular thing is to get out of here right now because of our taxation. Maybe you won't be able to move out of state, so these are things that you need to take into account. And if you have an income allocation plan, that, the market downturning doesn't have as bad as a bite.
Pick up the phone, give a call if you'd like that kind of confidence in your planning. It can add a lot of mental, emotional, psychological, lifestyle well-being, more comfortable in living the life that you envisioned retirement to be about when you've got that confidence with the investments and the money side of things. And that's the result of having that plan in place. Tim Stearns, CFP, willing to put that together for you as part of the Protect and Grow planning process. 800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256. 800-640-2256. And Tim, as part of that, you can help quantify risk and put it in real numbers. You can help people identify fees, how much they're paying for their investments and their advice that they're receiving from their advisors.
Right. I mean, people really have no idea what their fees are. And a lot of times they'll say, well, he's only charging me 1%. Well, in addition, they're in mutual funds. There's a whole different fee there, you know? So these are things that add up over time. And that's something we will analyze for them free of charge. It will show them, you know, what are you getting for what you pay for? You know, and usually it's underperformance and high fees.
Well, again, not anything that we want. Those are not beneficial in our planning. And
No.
this next topic that is addressed, also something that we want to address and reduce or eliminate taxes, Tim, a big part of the planning process there
Right.
at TJ Stearns Inc., part of the Protect and Grow plan. Protection from
Right.
taxes is something we want too.
Right. And most people are doing it reactionary. You know, they realize, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I made that much last year and I owe this much in taxes. Or in retirement, oh my gosh, I got that, you know, the kids are out of the house. I don't have their deduction anymore. Under the current tax laws, I'm paying more than I ever did. You know, what can I do about this? So it's reactionary. Well, you know, I always tell my sons, get ahead of it, plan ahead, and make sure that you are understanding what, you know, what the final bill is going to be. I always want to know that. You know, when my sons talk about buying this, that, and the other thing, I'm like, give me the whole number. Where are we at? You know, what do I owe in expenses? You know, so these are things that we can help people with. And if they haven't had a set of eyes, another set of eyes look at it, you know, why not come in for a free, no obligation? You know, if there's something we can help them with, we'll tell them. But, you know, with having a CPA on staff, that helps us have an advantage over most advisors.
Well, the final two issues, the major issues here in planning, Tim, if anybody's got concerns about these, I actually encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, to go back and listen to the program from last week where we talked about these in depth, which was healthcare and legacy planning. But Tim, can't be understated that a plan is not complete unless we've addressed these things. And a lot of people may not be as concerned with leaving a legacy behind as maybe we once were. We want to make sure that we've got enough to survive and to last and to do the things that we envision retirement to be about. But in reality, if we've got a plan to address our own lifetime needs, the chances that we are likely to leave a legacy behind is dramatically increased.
I agree. So if you take care of business, you're probably going to leave something behind, you know, and that's a nice thing for your family. But in some cases, they're going to have taxes too, right? And if the estate tax gets lowered down to what we talked about last week, down to $1 million, it's going to hit a lot of people harder than they've ever thought of. You know, it's like 40 cents on a dollar when it starts out, and it goes only up from there.
Well, pick up the phone if you'd like to get that Protect and Grow plan put together. 800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256. 800-640-2256. You can get any of the resources that we talk about on this program. Always plenty of information. You can get your personalized, customized Protect and Grow plan. You can get that book, Income Allocation. That's an excellent resource. That alone can give you a lot of information, arm you with the information that you need to identify and address some of retirement's biggest risks. Tim, you make that book available. People can get it in their chosen format, digitally, physically. They can come in and pick up a copy. You can mail it out to them. First 10 callers to the program, right?
Yes. With anyone at over $500,000, that's who can really help with income allocation plans. They give us a call. We'll get the book into their hands in some format.
Or that Protect and Grow plan, get to know a certified financial planner, form that relationship, and then formulate the plan. Tim will get you that Protect and Grow plan, a snapshot of where you are, defining your goals, a discussion of what you'd like your financial future to look like, and then writing those down so you know that you're working to achieve them, and then a timeline of executable action items from an income planning standpoint, an investment management standpoint, tax planning, healthcare, and legacy planning, all included in that Protect and Grow plan. Maximizing Social Security, that's another big one. Identifying fees and risks, all part of that plan. No cost, no obligation. Similar plans can easily go upwards of $1,000 to several thousands of dollars. You can get that now. That's the value of tuning into the program right now. Pick up the phone and give a call, 800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256. Tim, we always appreciate your time and your guidance here on Protect and Grow Chicagoland Retirement.
Thanks, Peter. It was great.
Tune into Chicagoland Certified Financial Planner Tim Stearns' full radio program on 890 WLS every Sunday at 11 a.m. and visit tjstearns.com for many valuable resources, including other great episodes of Chicagoland Retirement. Be sure to subscribe.
Securities offered through TJ Stearns, a registered representative of Crown Capital Securities LP, member FINRA SIPC. The information presented on this program is provided for informational purposes only without warranty of accuracy, completeness, or suitability for particular purpose. This program is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. This information is general in nature, not specific enough to be construed as advice. You should not make any decision based on the information presented on this program without independent consultation with an appropriately licensed professional or competent advisor. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs.